Water is not a commodity, water is life. If we destroy our water resources, we destroy future generations right now. This is something that was deeply, profoundly inculcated into our culture to treat the earth that you walk upon, the air that you breathe, water that you drink, and the food that you consume, which is just earth, always to treat them with utmost reverence. This reverence is very important if you have to make the water or food or the air that you breathe to give their best to you. Well, today textbook scientists will raise up in arms right now the moment I say this, but there is substantial research and documentation to show water has memory, land has memory, soil has memory. Out of this, we arrived at various cultural aspects so that people could benefit from it, even if they do not know. For example, in yoga it was fixed that a yogi should eat only what is grown in whatever a person can walk in a day, the distance, within that radius he must eat, because that land in some way retains your memory, and that land, what it produces, has a certain kind of cohesiveness with you. Well, you can laugh at it right now as much as you want, but it'll come to you because till the research comes from a Western university, you will not get it, but I'm telling you, it's not far away, it's coming. It's just on the way, the documentation is happening. But with water, there is no doubt anymore. Water is considered like a liquid computer, that it has memory and it has intelligence response. It is based on this. In every temple in India, there is sacred water or what is called as tirth. Tirth is water which has the memory of the divine in it, and how you could benefit from that. You don't have to necessarily go to your temple for tirth. In your own home, you can make this happen. There are simple methods with which you can make it happen. If there is nothing else, make sure, at least for maximum part of your day or your life, ensure that water is stored in a copper or a brass vessel. Copper is best, otherwise a brass vessel. Avoid plastics, and even glass is better, but better to avoid glass also. It is best that it is kept in a copper vessel. And there are some ways to take care of it which we can… I think we've already put this out many times. But your attitude, how you look upon water, if you look upon water like it is a part of you, because it is a part of you, over two-thirds of your body is water, if you recognize that every time before you consume that and express your gratitude every time you consume that, the water behaves in a way that it is most conducive for your life. Water is life-making material. If you don't treat it that way, well, it doesn't treat you that way either. So it's very important that we must learn how to approach all these elements which are the life-making material of earth, water, air, space and fire. All these aspects, we need to approach it with the necessary attitude of inclusion, necessary attitude of reverence, so that they do the best they can for you, especially in these modern times when there are pandemics and irrespective of age, people are having various kinds of deadly diseases like cancer, cardiac ailments and various other things. By managing the elements, you could bring down the incidence of these ailments significantly in your life. It is not like it's a cure right now, it is not like this is it. But for life to happen well, you must understand our efforts to make life happen well is always incremental. This is just one more increment. Neglecting this, there is always a price for that. It's my wish and my blessing. You must know the pleasure and joy of seeing, experiencing and including water just as a part of yourself, as your life.